Hello everyone, I'm Sean.
This is who?
We are the Courageour Frights, back once again for another movie review.
Yes.
This time we're covering Prey.
The Hulu exclusive Prey.
Yes. Hulu original Prey.
Yes. Which still should have been in theaters.
Yes. So, you probably know that this is not a new film. This came out last August, I think. And
yeah, it's been at least a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year, I think. If you watched our year in review last year, this actually was my second favorite film of 2022.
It was good.
And I think that it definitely should have got a theatrical release. But the reason why we're covering it now is that the unthinkable has happened. With the impending demise of physical media any day now.
Yes.
Disney has apparently decided to release a number of their popular Disney Plus series, as well as some of their Hulu films on Blu-ray and DVD.
Which is very surprising, because they've always said they're never going to do it.
Yeah, well, they did it.
Yeah.
So they started with, I think actually the first thing that came out was Loki.
Yeah, because I think when I was going to try to find it somewhere, but the Blu-ray was like disappeared off the shelves.
Yeah.
Like the 4K was still around, but the Blu-ray was like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, the 4K, like at our local Walmart, the 4K was there, the DVD was there, but the Blu-rays weren't.
Yeah.
It's a regular Blu-ray. And then we went to Best Buy in a different town.
Yeah.
And the same situation was there.
Yeah, the 4K was there, but the Blu-rays all sold out.
Yeah.
But they had like Loki there and everything. They had everything else that you would normally see for like the Disney Plus stuff. But the Blu-ray of Prey wasn't like around.
Right. So I ended up ordering on Amazon.
Yeah, which that's probably what I'll do. Is probably order on Amazon.
So I got it a couple days ago. So now we got to review. You have never seen this movie before.
No.
And I saw it when it came out.
Yes.
So in case people don't know what the hell we're even talking about, Prey is the latest film in the Predator franchise.
Yes.
That began in 1987 with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
And all those guys. Jesse Ventura. All them greats.
Yeah.
And introduced the Yautja, the Predator.
Yes.
And that was followed by Danny Glover in Predator 2, which is a far cry from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And then we got Predators in about 2010, I think. Adrian Brody in it. And then we got the cinematic masterpiece of filmmaking, The Predator.
The Predator, which is trying to steal our autism.
Yes. Where the plot of the film was an advanced race of super predators is coming to Earth to steal autism.
Yes, because that's the highest predator of them all.
That's our greatest resource.
Yeah.
And then now that leads to Prey, which I think was in development around the same time as The Predator. And for some reason,
they probably should have just canceled The Predator.
Yeah.
Because I think when we watched The Predator, that was the only movie I've seen someone walk out of the theater. Literally walked out of it.
Yeah, when...
It was just us and some other guy, and he just walked out.
Yeah, spoiler warning, when the new type Predator killed the old Predator.
Yeah.
He was like, F this shit, and just walked out of the theater.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We stayed, because I've never actually walked out of a film before.
Like, I
came
money
close.
For that.
I came real close to walking out of a movie this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I won't say what the movie was, but it was a really boring vampire movie. It was like an indie film. I was at a film festival for like a horror film fest. I was starving. There was no food at all in the place.
Yeah.
And the vendors outside hadn't opened their door yet.
Yeah.
Even though they were supposed to like an hour before. And I was like, I'll just pop in. I'll get some popcorn and pop in this theater and sit down. And the movie was like dreadfully boring. And I was about to get up and leave to see if that vendor was still there. And then apparently the director of the film was right behind me.
Oh, there we go.
So I just sat there and suffered for the remaining hour.
Get up and just leave. It's like, your movie sucks.
Your movie sucks, lady. So that's the only time I ever felt like walking out of a movie, but even then I didn't. I've never actually walked out of a film.
Yes.
But The Predator may have been close on my list if I hadn't watched it with you, so I had somebody to make fun of it.
Yeah.
But that's a film that I believe Jay Bauman from Red Letter Media said it was a pinnacle of cinematic filmmaking.
Yes.
As the first film ever edited with a weed whacker.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that statement.
That was pretty bad.
However, Prey, despite not getting a theatrical release at all, probably because of the performance of The Predator, is on a completely different level, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one was much better.
So
it's an actual coherent film for once.
Yes. Some people don't like this movie a lot, but it seems like a lot of people in the fandom do.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder why, because it's like it's almost like the first movie.
Yeah, a lot of people, their excuses for it is the representation, and strong lambing, that sort of thing. We know the type of people that are reviewing these type of things. It's the kind of people that put Brie Larson on every one of their thumbnails.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
So, in case you don't know, this is a film set in the 18th century, so it would be the earliest Predator film that we've ever seen in live action. Which is a pretty
interesting time frame where you'd have like a group of people fighting a predator using almost like primitive weapons instead of like modern weapons, I guess.
Right. And since it follows a tribe of Comanche warriors in the 1700s, there's a lot of indigenous actors in this.
Yes.
So big shock there.
We actually watched it in the Comanche.
Yeah, we watched it in Comanche, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, which it's like the only way to do it.
Yeah, even though the Comanche version is a dub.
Yeah.
But there aren't many people that can speak the language. So they just had the actors like do their lines in English.
Yeah, you can tell because you can see them like talking their lips.
Yeah, it sort of looks like old school dubbing a bit, but it didn't really break my immersion.
No.
In fact, I felt it added the immersion because at least you're listening to the real language and stuff.
The only thing I would say is you could probably tell the Comanche people didn't really have as much voice acting experience because there were scenes that just sounded a little bit flat because they're just dubbing, which are probably not used to actual like voice acting.
Yeah,
that
they're not
specific way.
Used to voice acting, and the problem with a dying language is even the ones who do speak it don't necessarily get a lot of chances to use it.
Yeah, to use it at like like an actual voice acting thing.
So they may actually, even though Comanche may be their native language, they may actually be more expressive in English because they get to use it more.
They probably use it more. If they are voice actors, they probably use that more.
Yeah,
English instead of like Comanche, which
right. But overall, I applaud them for trying.
Yeah, that was a good idea, making a movie that's in Comanche with Comanche.
Yeah, as someone that speaks Scottish Gaelic to a certain degree, I kind of like gravitate towards attempts to preserve endangered languages.
Yeah.
So I do like that, and I'm a big fan of like movements to revitalize indigenous cultures.
Yeah.
Like I really like Native American cultures and like that sort of thing. So I thought this was really cool that it covered that. Some complaints I heard said that it took too long to get started, but the original Predator takes like half an hour.
Yeah, I don't.
The original Predator is literally an 80s action film in the vein of like Commando, and then it switches into a sci-fi horror film. Like
it's like 30 minutes or 40 minutes into the movie before you even see the Predator start fighting people.
Right.
Because the beginning part of that movie is like them fighting like guerrilla warlords or something.
Guatemalan soldiers or something, like at the beginning. So this film is basically like a historical drama following a woman named Naru who's like trying to prove herself in this Comanche village. And the lead actress is Amber Midthunder. Yeah. Who I haven't really seen anything else yet, but I hope to see more of her. She was pretty good.
She's a pretty decent actress. I do kind of like her.
And so it's basically like that. It's just her and her dog, pretty much, like, for the beginning of the film.
Occasionally, you have her, like, I don't know, like a brother or something? I don't know.
Yeah, her brother.
Okay. Yeah. Like, he's, like, the main, like, warrior, I guess. He seemed like he's a very big warrior in that, like,
in that
tribe,
yeah. So, the beginning part is just sort of a historical drama about Comanche life, pretty much. And then partway through, the Predator shows up.
Yeah.
First, the Predator's like stalking different creatures. He kills a snake. He kills a wolf.
Yeah.
He ends up killing a bear right before fighting with like Naru and her people.
Well, she kind of figured something was up because she kind of. I mean, one of the first scenes is her looking in the sky, and you see this like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can actually see the ship, but it's kind of like cloaked in. But you see like the clouds, just like it's.
It's like doing some kind of atmosphere. It's like a fireball in the clouds.
Yeah, it looked pretty weird. I was like, that's something they probably should have said something about. It's like,
Which
like, what? Something you don't normally see every day.
I'm wondering if the fireball in the cloud thing is possibly a reference to the original movie, because it said the predator hunts like on the hottest days of the summer. And it's like maybe the predator does something to actually increase the temperature of the area around the planet or something.
Because I'm sure they probably wants to make it like its own
world.
Yeah, its own world more than anything.
Yeah. So maybe that's why it's unusually hot on the days that the predator comes. And that was mentioned by the character, and I believe the original film is in Guatemala.
Yeah.
So, which we'll talk about a little bit briefly at the end, I guess. But yeah, this movie doesn't really tie in with the other Predator films because it doesn't make a lot of sense that it would. There are a couple connections. There are possibly some references to Billy from the first Predator.
Yeah.
Because he was a Native American character. I think he's supposed to be like Sioux or some part.
Yeah.
He might be part Comanche, I don't know. But the way he acts around the Predator in that film, it's almost like he knows what it is.
Yeah.
Like or at least he senses it or something. Like maybe he grew up with stories about it or something.
Yeah, he's like, there's something moving over there.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be super weirded out by it. Yeah. Like everybody else is freaked out by it.
Like Arnold, everyone just shooting blindly.
Yeah, and he just like is calm about the whole thing.
Yeah, he's like, there's something over there.
Yeah. So I think that could be a possible reference here, and then the other overt reference is the pistol from Predator 2
which
turns up here.
That's at the very end.
Yeah, so at the very end of Predator 2, Danny Glover kills the Predator, and then the surviving Predators, a whole group of like a council of Predators, and like the elder Predator comes walking up to him and gives him a box, and he opens it up, and there's this pistol from like the 1700s.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it's like a trophy for winning against their hunter.
Which they're like alpha predators, so they kind of know what.
It's like, congratulations for winning the hunt or something like that. Yeah. And since you're not one of our society, we give you a gift.
Yeah.
Whereas a predator would get like prestige or something like that. You're not part of our society, so we give you
so
this.
they like either get prestige or maybe like augment themselves or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. But he gives them this gun from the 1700s, which proves story beat wise that the predators have been here for a while.
Yeah.
The original film talks about how that they come when the hottest days of the summer. Maybe not every year, but they come often.
They probably hunt everywhere just because they're like, oh, we just want to fight things.
So at least the people in Guatemala were aware of these creatures for like some time.
Yeah, I probably got attacked a couple times.
So possibly it's a reference to this film, or possibly they also got directly attacked by these things in the past. So that would be interesting to explore going forward. But yeah, that's the only thing. So it's Raphael Adolini's pistol.
Yeah.
We meet Raphael Radolini in this movie. He's nothing really special.
Yeah, he's just like a translator or something.
Yeah, he's like some Italian guy that's with the French trappers, and he
like,
speaks Comanche.
He's like, you're Comanche, right?
So he's just like some guy, like a linguist or something.
Yeah, he's just like part of the trapper that needs to talk to people. He's there to talk to people.
Yeah, so that's the only other characters we have that aren't Comanche. Is there's a bunch of French fur trappers,
which when they do the dubbing here, I don't even think it's dubbing. I'm pretty sure it's just like them talking.
Yeah.
But you don't know what they're talking. Like, unless you speak French, you're not going to know what they're going to say because...
the subtitles are in French.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't tell you what they say, but that's intentional because, like, Naru has no idea what they're saying.
Yeah. And there's, like, one guy speaks English. Like, he speaks English, like... Very little English. Like, there's like one scene where he speaks.
It was probably like Adolini's obviously an Italian guy. Yeah. There's probably some English guy in there too.
And he's just like, because he's talking in French and then he speaks English. He's like,
yeah. So
sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting film. The Predator design's really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot different. Which is kind of like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like the same predators or they're going to be like a different predator.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Like, I wonder if it's the same one. It's got to be like the same predator.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is either...
same species or something.
Although in later ones like Predators and The Predator, we discover that there's like different subspecies of Predator.
Okay, maybe that.
Like different clans, or maybe they even have different planets that they come from or something. I'm not sure exactly the specifics there. But, so it's either a different species or subspecies, or it's that the Predators get advanced technology over time. They also augment themselves genetically. Yeah. Which, weirdly, kind of goes back to the plot from The Predator where they're trying to steal our autism.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't go that far with it, but they maybe take genetic traits that they like.
Yeah.
Things that enhance their species.
Yeah.
So they may be playing with that idea.
Yeah.
In like a less stupid way.
Yeah.
But they could be doing that because the predator, the species here is definitely different than the one we see in the original
Yeah,
film.
because they even look a lot different.
It does actually looks more like the black predators in the movie Predators, the other species.
Yeah.
Because they have almost like more of a spider-like quality to their face.
Yeah.
And that's what this had. So it could be an early prototype of those, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. So, yeah, it's interesting. The technology the Predator uses here is cool. It's like, I think they called it retrofuturism or something like that, where they had to come up with a way to make it look futuristic but not as advanced as what we saw in the first film.
Yeah, because, like, the Predator here, they have a gun, but it's not a gun. It's like a crossbow.
Yeah,
literally like a heat-seeking... Like, not even heat-seeking. It's like a weird, like...
It's like a laser-guided...
Yeah.
Like, harpoon gun.
But it doesn't... It looks like from... What it looks like the weapon doesn't actually have, like, ballistics to it. It looks like it's just a ray gun. Like a rail gun or something. Use, like, magnets or something. I don't know.
Something like that. Because spoiler, I guess, she uses the weapon to kill the Predator.
Yeah.
So it's like he fires it at her, but then she takes the helmet that has the laser pointer.
Yeah.
And that's targeting the Predator, so the arrow whips around and hits him in the head.
Yeah, because he can't really see without, like, the heat vision, which that's, like, a plot point.
Right, so it's not like a laser pointer like a gun.
Yeah.
Not a laser sight, rather.
It literally goes to where that laser is pointing at.
It's more like what you use to, like, target with, like, a rangefinder for a bombing run or something.
Yeah.
But it also, like, seeks onto the target.
Yeah, because if it's, like, if that's on their, chest, it's gonna go to where that dot's gonna be at.
Right, yeah, so it's like a weird weapon system.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's like...
Yeah, it's very different from the other Predator.
Because in Predator, the movie, like, it's literally like a laser that goes wherever he's pointing at. There's, like, no...
Yeah.
It's like, that's the targeting system, it shoots that.
Right. The sights target whatever it's shooting at. Presumably, if the sights got damaged, it still would fire at whatever you're pointing at.
Yeah. This one, it goes... Like, if it misses you, it's going to where that laser pointer's at, no matter what.
So his primary weapon in this movie is far less advanced than the plasma caster in the original one.
And he also has, he has, a spear...
And a shield.
It's like a spear. It's like a blunt weapon spear. It turns into it goes back from being a blunt weapon. It goes and you can extend it out to become more like a spear.
Yeah, which the Predators have had extendable spears before.
Yeah, and then he also he has a shield that can be like a cutting device as well. Like a saw shield.
He has a shield and he has what appears to be like a sword made out of spine or something like that.
Yeah, it turns into a weird...
Yeah.
And he also has that weird bomb trap. It's like it looks like a thing from Ghostbusters that opens up.
Yeah.
But instead it has these bladed spike things that just goes everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that. They looked like they exploded, but then it also looked like...
Because that one guy was still alive.
Yeah.
He just cut his leg off.
Raphael's foot got cut off.
So it must be a weird device that comes out of the ground and it just there's a bunch of blades that shoot out. It's like a blade storm or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And just cuts people's legs off or arms or
that
whatever.
was a crazy trap.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the end, Naru's trying to prove herself to her people by getting a big hunt. They're hunting a mountain lion.
Because I think, because there's the animal that they have to kill to become more like a warrior, I guess? Or maybe a chief?
It's more like a warrior.
Yeah, because he almost became, that one guy became like a war chief after he killed that
lion. Which I think is just like the leader of a war party or something.
Oh, okay. So
as opposed to the administrative chief.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of he's like a general or something.
Yeah, something like that. So she's trying to prove herself in the same way, and she's actually the one that really wounded the mountain lion or killed it. He basically just admits that he kind of found it.
Yeah, he's it was weakened enough to where...
Yeah, he could easily kill it. So we get the one line, though, where it's we can't kill this thing, and he's like, if it bleeds, we will kill it.
Yes.
So it's a nice little nod there. Actually, that's probably one of the only lines they could have shoehorned into the movie and make it fit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it worked in the situation.
Yeah. Because the French, they have the French fur trappers and stuff.
Yeah.
there, and they're like using them as a bait.
Yeah, they tie them to the tree.
Even though the predator is uninterested in just someone tied to a tree.
Yeah.
He wants to fight things that are fighting him.
He doesn't want to be fed, he wants to hunt.
Yeah.
But they did that in Predators, but it was the super predators tied a regular Yautja to a tree to bait the humans to.
So that's kind of like the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's like almost like a callback.
Yeah, so that could be that way because I don't know if you've seen Predators.
I've never seen Predators. I've only seen. I don't even think I've seen the second one, to be honest.
Yeah, because some of the stuff I was explaining.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first one because I have the movie. I have the first one multiple times.
Yeah,
and then the one before the praise of the autism one.
The Predator. Yeah.
The one that's like probably the worst in the series.
Yeah, I think The Predator, in my opinion, The Predator is worse than the AVP films.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So I think that's my history of the Predator movies is like the first one and then Prey.
Yeah,
and then the Predators.
As someone who's watched all of these films, my favorite is Predator, the original. Yeah. But then I think this is probably number 2 for me.
Yeah.
Prey, I'd say with 2.
Really good. Like, this is pretty good.
And then I think Predators, then Predator 2, and then The Predator is like way at the bottom. Yeah. The Predator is even lower than the 2 AVP films. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I like Prey a lot. And good news for people that like this movie. Apparently it's been greenlit for a sequel. But we don't actually know if this is a sequel or if it's just in the sense that it's like anthology stories.
Yeah, I would think they'd probably do the anthologies just because. I guess we're still talking about spoilers.
Oh, if you just finish up the film, she kills the predator at the end, and then she takes the head back to the village, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
But in the post-credit scene, in a really cool like Comanche style artwork, they describe what appears to be the bunch of predator ships coming down to the village at the very end, and it's left as like an ominous ending.
But
some people take that to believe that the predators just came in and killed everyone.
I don't think so.
But that's totally against the predator like logic.
Yeah.
Personally, the only thing that potentially supports that is that the predator somehow got that pistol off her.
Yeah.
But I think it's also likely that they came down, gave her a gift for killing their guy.
Yeah,
and then in Comanche culture, maybe you trade a gift for a gift.
Yeah, maybe like a war band, like to like different war tribes or something.
Yeah,
you give them a gift in exchange.
They gave her that, and she's like, "Here, take this pistol, because I don't know how to use it anyway." So.
And the pistol was literally the thing that kind of set in motion.
Yeah,
the end of the predator that she fought.
Because she shot him in the back of the head and it knocked his mask off.
And she took the mask from him.
Right.
And she wouldn't have killed him without that mask.
Right. So it was one of many things that
which
led up to this.
I would think that's probably the way that's probably what they're going with. But I think we're trying to look for it after this movie.
Yeah, the director
nothing
had no answer for it. He kept dodging the question.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Like, she gave him a gift of the gun, and they gave the tribe a gift.
Yeah, the director for this film is Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
Who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is actually, I think, the best Cloverfield movie. That's the one that's the weird horror film where it's got, I believe, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, our Hera from Ahsoka.
There you go.
Is like locked in a basement with John Goodman, and he's eating all the food now. Yeah. And it's like this creepy film where she's locked in the basement with this crazy guy who's talking about an alien invasion or something.
Yeah.
And then she finally escapes thinking he's just some madman, and then she finds out the world actually is being taken by aliens, and he was right.
Yeah, he was right all along.
And it's actually I thought it was a really well-made film. So, I don't know what else he's done, but I like 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I like this. So,
yeah.
And if he's directing the next Prey, which it sounds like he is.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see Prey 2 is. They could continue the story, but I don't think there's a story to continue.
Yeah, I don't know, unless it's like... I would imagine, unless the predators are fighting them, that's the only way they're going to continue the story.
But how are they going to beat 9 predators or something
that's the only thing is, like, it doesn't make any sense.
They can barely beat the one.
It's like, the only way they would continue the story, I guess, is if they're fighting them, and that's, like, it. Yeah. That's it's like ended. Like that story's got to be ended.
Yeah, personally, I think they just showed up the people thought that they were a threat, and
Yeah.
then they really just showed up and traded stuff.
Like
with
the
her.
guy brought out like a gift with them. Like brought
Yeah,
like a
and
box,
she's
and they're
just
like,
oh, okay, and then she just handed them the pistol.
yeah, and
they
here's the
left.
pistol, and then here's your box of goods for
Yeah.
beating our guy.
Right. That's
And here's
probably
the
that would be
pistol.
more in character with the
Yeah.
Predators that we've seen so far.
Yeah,
but
because I don't being like a Klingon type of society. I don't see them coming to attack someone that just beat your guy.
Right, and the whole point is even combat
Yeah.
or whatever. Because Predator 2 set up the fact that they abide by a certain sense of rules.
Yeah, they're not just like mindless monsters.
Right. So, although this does look more like the Black Predators, the Super Predators, or whatever, which are more aggressive. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Who
Maybe that could be
knows?
the
The
case.
director didn't really give an answer.
Now I wonder where they would go.
But I
in
think
this.
if that were to happen, then this tribe would just get slaughtered.
Yeah, they'd probably just be dead.
Because how could they beat more than one of them? They couldn't beat the first one.
Yeah, they got like she had his weapon. Like she can only beat him with his
Also,
their
what
weapon.
story do you tell?
Yeah, there's really nothing.
To what end? Like,
Yeah.
even if she kills all of them, what's the point?
Yeah,
Like, she kills all of them and then what? Nothing.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a very compelling storyline.
No, I think they probably the good way is probably maybe go to a different society or something.
Yeah, just do it through time, do different storylines
Yeah,
or
different
something.
storylines. Maybe you could do like I don't know.
They could go back to Guatemala again and do the Mayans.
Yeah, they probably could do that. Maybe it explains the first movie a little bit more, which they
Right.
kind of know. There's like predators that come out every year.
Yeah, I guess. They could do that, cover a different society, different storyline maybe.
Yeah, or be like
Or they could do, like, some fan thing that people want, like samurai in
Yeah,
Japan
samurai,
or something.
yeah.
That always comes up all the time.
it's always the samurai.
That's kind of, like, overplayed. But isn't overplayed in actual media, but overplayed in, like, fan
Yeah,
things.
fans ones they always do that.
It's like everybody wants samurai for everything.
Yeah.
But it could be interesting. And then that would be kind of a callback to Predators, I guess, because there's a scene in Predators where a Yakuza kills a Predator with a katana. Well, they kill each other. It's an Ayuchi mutual
Yeah.
kill. But, yeah, it could be interesting.
That could be.
I guess.
If they were to do that, like they could use what in Predators. They have a bunch of different like peoples or something.
Yeah, Predator's idea is it's a hunting preserve where the Predators just abduct people.
Yeah.
Greatest warriors of the world or something, and then they stick them on their hunting preserve. So there's like
Oh, so like a hunting.
Adrian Brody's like a former special forces guy or something like that. There's like an Israeli Defense Force sniper. There's Danny Trejo's character who's like some Mexican like enforcer guy for like a
okay.
gang or
Yeah.
something. There's a Yakuza. So each one is
okay.
like a warrior of some kind.
Okay.
It's just the predators of like observing people, and then they just abduct people and they stick them on this planet, this game preserve planet, and they also put other like aliens on the planet too. So there's like some weird mantid looking creature that's running around at one point, and then the predators also use their own dogs.
Oh,
But it's not the stupid looking.
not the dreadlock dogs.
Yeah, no, they look really cool. The hellhounds and predators are really cool.
So they actually have a good design.
Yeah, no, because the dogs and the predator
They don't
really
get shot in
stupid.
the head and become docile.
Yeah, I forgot completely about that. So you brought it up in the movie.
Otherwise, it's like because she shoots in the back of the head, it's like he now becomes docile.
Yeah,
and
now
it's
he
over
becomes
with.
docile and he helps her now.
Yeah, it's over.
After
It's
you
done.
all you have to do is shoot them in the head and they become your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing that stupid happens in Prey.
Yeah.
Or any other Predator movie for that matter. The Predator is very unique.
Yes.
So anyway, I don't think there's a lot else to talk
Yeah.
about Prey.
This was a pretty decent movie. I like how Disney is finally bringing their movies out
Yeah, so let's talk about
to
that, I
the
guess.
masses, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess it's a double-edged sword because some places, I guess Australia, they're talking about how Disney's pulling all physical media. Like, they're not even releasing, like, their theatrical films over there.
Right.
But here in America, though, it seems to be the opposite
Yeah.
case. Where this year in particular, they're releasing more media than ever. Because we
Yeah.
went through years where they talked about how they'll never release a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
And this year, Loki Season 1 is out. And The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 and WandaVision, I think, are all supposed to get releases in the next, like, coming months.
Yeah, and Prey.
Prey came out. That
If
was a
the
Hulu
Blu-rays
thing.
any sign of any was that they did pretty decent because they had no Blu-rays except the 4K version, which that was like not even that was almost sold out too.
Yeah, everybody bought the Blu unless they got like no Blu-rays.
Yeah, which that could
have been part of the shipment too. But at least locally, it seemed everybody bought the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
assuming they got Blu-rays.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's doing well. I guess. I mean, a lot of people were big fans of it coming out.
Yeah.
Now.
That was being a lot of people are calling for that. Like,
yeah,
they should be in the theaters or something.
Now I'm wondering if other companies will follow suit. Like, will we get more?
Yeah, I could see Max doing it.
I think Max does release some of their shows.
Maybe like Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, maybe. And
because Max always talks, at least Zaslav always talks about how they are losing like billions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
Or like every month because of how much they spend.
Right.
And they're not getting they don't have the subscriber base because you have like phone contracts that give you Max for like a year.
Yeah. That's what I have for
like
Disney Plus.
Subsidized stuff. So they're not actually getting money for that.
Yeah, because when I had HBO Max for a while, I was getting it on a like absurd deal.
Yeah.
Because I got it when Wonder Woman 84 came out.
Yeah.
And they gave me like 6 months at like some ridiculous discount. It was like 70% off or something. So
they're not getting money for that. So
no, I was barely paying for it.
If their shows are like $300 million.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, most people with streaming services, they have a show they want to watch. They're gonna get the month, watch the show, and then cancel.
But if there's only one show you want to watch, you're gonna cancel it right away. But if you like that show, you will buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah, you might buy the Blu-ray and like, oh, I like Prey, which I probably will buy the Blu-ray for it now.
Yeah,
I don't have Hulu. I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray and have it.
Yeah. Now I'm curious to see if they're gonna do this with more Hulu shows. Yeah. I think Hellraiser is one that probably people want.
Yeah, because
I heard that was decent. So
was Halloween and stuff? That's not Hulu? Is it?
No, Halloween was on Peacock.
Peacock, okay.
So that got a release anyway, though, because Halloween was in theaters.
Oh yeah.
Apple TV Plus. I'm not quite sure what they do with their shows, but I do know that their movies are going to theaters as well. Because Ridley Scott's Napoleon film with Joaquin Phoenix. That's getting a theatrical release in November, but then I think the next month an extended cut is coming to Apple TV Plus. So I don't know if that also means you're also going to get a Blu-ray down the line. I assume so because it was in theaters.
If it's a movie, I imagine it being on like actual like physical media.
There's also another movie right now that a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah.
It's called No One Will Save You, and it's like it's sort of a home invasion film, but then it turns out to be like an alien invasion.
Oh, there you go.
And it's kind of a unique film because I think it has like no dialogue or something like that. Like it's a film told entirely from like a visual story.
I guess if it's a guy like getting home invasion, he's not going to be talking.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like this woman who's just like by herself in the house when she gets attacked by these aliens.
Yeah.
She's just like fending them off, and they tell the story through like flashbacks in the town or something.
Oh, like okay. And be like, oh, there's like a whatever.
She's sort of like an outcast in the town or something like that. So she probably doesn't talk much anyway.
Doesn't talk to people around.
She's one of those people that I guess doesn't spend a lot of time outside her house, but she also doesn't walk around talking to herself in her house.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably
most people don't do that.
Silent all the time. So, yeah, that's another one that was a Hulu film that I know a lot of people are talking about. So I don't know if that's another contender possibly for
because Hulu for some odd reason actually has good movies.
Yeah.
They or at least they get good directors or good writing or something. I don't know what it is, but
also the question with this is since Prey was such a success, I'm assuming Prey was a huge success because they went out of their way to make a Blu-ray.
Yeah, because if of all the Disney Plus shows or like Disney Plus and Hulu stuff, they picked that one specifically.
This was the first one.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I guess Loki was the first one, but then this was the first movie to get a release.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they'll do the same with, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Yeah, they probably should do it with that.
Werewolf by Night would be another good one.
Because a lot of people, I know people that like Guardians of the Galaxy, but they don't have Disney Plus, so they probably don't even know that Holiday Special exists.
That Holiday Special was fun. What they need to do, though, is they need to release, like, they should release collector's sets.
Yeah.
Disney like never does this, but they should release collector's sets of the different Marvel characters by like what they are.
Yeah.
Like a Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy plus the holiday
Yeah,
special.
just have it like a whole thing.
Everything Guardians of the Galaxy in like one.
Because the Guardians of the Galaxy is effectively done. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be making any more of those actual movies.
They probably will eventually, but it's not going to be the same because James Gunn's not involved. But back to Prey, though. I wonder if, because this was such a big success, do you think Prey 2 will get a theatrical release?
I probably will.
And a Hulu release?
I think...
Maybe
I wonder... The one thing I think Disney's probably trying something just to see, like, with movies, is like, should we do theatrical releases of things? To try to get more money out of their subscription services and stuff like that.
Right, because you think releasing it in theaters and also releasing it on Blu-ray would increase the revenue.
Yeah, because I would say people that typically watch movies, they will get the streaming service to watch it again.
Yeah.
Or buy the movie.
Yeah, especially if you know it's going to be like a year before the movie comes out.
It's like, oh, I want to watch Prey again.
But if, like, say, for example, Apple TV Plus hits it out of the park with this Napoleon thing.
Yeah, which probably going to be decent.
So... if it's successful, like it does well in theaters and then it does well on Apple TV Plus the following month, would that be a formula I could do here? Like we'll do Prey 2 will be in theaters for a month, then it's on Hulu, possibly an extended cut.
Yeah.
And then it'll be on Blu-ray in like a year later or something like that.
I think the only problem with that is, again, with the 45-day thing.
Yeah.
People aren't going to the theaters because they know
it's going to be on the streaming
service, which you're paying probably a cheaper price.
Yeah.
You get the ad version for $9. You're not paying the $16 or whatever it is to go watch a movie, or $12 or $13,
whatever it is, depending on your city.
And then you're watching it one time, and then you're done.
Yeah, but you get that big theater experience.
Yeah, you get this big theater experience with the person eating a pizza next to your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or the obscenities people are screaming in the theaters.
Exactly. You get some guy screaming about whamming in the
and whamming and like, I don't know.
But I don't know. Like there's
that's another thing. That's the other thing. It's like, I know theaters are struggling pretty badly. They are pretty struggling really bad because there really hasn't been. There have been big releases, but the theater hasn't been full. Like,
there still is going to be a drought because the actor strike hasn't finished. And that strike went on for like 100-some days anyway. So we're still going to get like 3 months of either no new releases or staggered releases
with
at some point.
Theaters struggling already. They were going into bankruptcy before the pandemic.
Right.
Before this.
Because that hasn't hit. That's still going to be like, I don't know, 9 months to a year before we get that drought from the strike. So they're either going to have to put in a bunch of indie things that still got made or like re-release films.
Yeah, re-release films, which they did during the pandemic, showing like Jurassic Park and stuff.
Yeah, they're still doing
and Jaws.
That. I think Hocus Pocus is in our theater right now.
Oh, gosh.
So for like the 30th anniversary or something.
Which I do kind of think that's a good idea anyways. I've always thought that they should just re-release older movies in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch Jurassic Park in the theater.
Right.
That's like a good experience that you can't get anymore unless you have like a 100-inch TV in your house. With
but how many movie tickets does that cost?
That's true.
So, like, you probably could watch movies for life and not pay the same amount of money as that TV.
A TV plus your surround sound system and your like chairs and everything that you would have to buy for that.
Right.
So
if you have that kind of money, then I guess go for it. But you can get a lot of film tickets for that.
Yeah, but if you don't, the theater is the only way to do it because that's still a movie that, like, those movies from like the 80s and 90s were like for the movie theater.
Right.
A lot of them were.
Yeah.
Like blockbusters especially. Mm-hmm. And you don't get those anymore because it goes to the theater, like to your TV or whatever.
Unless it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, unless it's Tom Cruise. He watches everything.
Mission Impossible didn't do that well.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of cool things coming from this. Big things. If you liked Prey, then this is big news for you. But if you're just a fan of physical media, this is still a win.
Yeah. Which we've always been a proponent of physical media. I think I don't think we'd ever change that. But.
No. So, overall, I thought it was really great.
Yes, I did too. It's a decent movie. It's really good. Like, it should have been in the theaters to begin with.
Yeah, I think a lot of people said that.
it should have been in the theaters.
Yeah. So if you liked Prey or you saw it, let us know your opinion about it in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, probably go check it out, especially now it's on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, everywhere. Unless your Blu-rays are sold out like everywhere.
Yes. It needs to be on 8K. Where's 8K at? Or 16K.
16K.
It's like stuff you can't even see anymore.
Yeah, it's in the future.
It's in the future.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more reviews like this in the future. And you too can feel the strength welling within. See ya.
See ya.